Welcome to Fantasy Fanfiction. Gao Wu, F-level talent at the start evolve into SSS. Chapter 31. In the end, with a loud bang, Ling Xiao directly hit a small hill more than 200 meters away. The hill was directly smashed into a deep pit with a diameter of more than 10 meters, which is enough to see that the impact of this blow just carried hundreds of tons. Ling Xiao, who was originally like coke, was left with only a pile of charred flesh in an instant. If it were an ordinary person, let alone such an injury, even if it was like a coke before, it would be too dead to die. However, in the next moment, something terrifying happened. The mass of flesh and blood in the pit was actually squirming rapidly. Soon, a hand stretched out and pressed it directly on the ground. The next moment, Ling Xiao, who was completely unscathed, seemed to be crawling out of the ground. The same, slowly stood up from the ground. Although the clothes made of fur all over the body were scrapped again, at this time, Ling Xiao would not consider that issue. If it weren't for the immortal body, I would definitely be dead just now. Ling Xiao took a lingering look at the black dome not far away, which had become even deeper after being struck by lightning. At the same time, Ling Xiao felt that he was extremely hungry, and at the same time, his whole body was unable to use any strength. Although all the injuries have been repaired, the energy in the whole body seems to be almost drained. Even the original nutrient solution stock has been completely consumed. Ding! Your nutrient solution energy reserve consumes 9,850 days, and at the same time consumes 90% of your own energy, the remaining reserve, 0 days. The whole body injury has been repaired. Ding! You have recovered from frequent deaths, and your chi and blood value is plus 100. Your chi and blood value has been increased to 212 points. Ding! Congratulations, your realm has been successfully upgraded to the second level of the Hautian realm. At this moment, 3 consecutive beeps sounded, and Ling Xiao's pupils contracted violently after hearing the beeps. He actually consumed all his energy reserves in an instant. If his injuries were a little heavier this time, he would really die. Fortunately, the fate is great, but fortunately he didn't die, otherwise, wouldn't he be suffocated to death? Ling Xiao took a deep breath and started running his titanium battle to regain his strength. Of course, because the nutrient solution reserves are gone, the current Ling Xiao's recovery is too slow, it will take at least 3 or 4 hours. It seems that even having an undead body is very dangerous in this world. Be careful in the future. I really don't know what the protagonists in the novel are who die every day and can't die. Could it be that I am too unlucky? Quote. Ling Xiao was also a little speechless while looking at the giant egg hundreds of meters away that was constantly breathing out the Genesis Chi. Ding! The bug has been fixed. Your pet is hatching, please wait. The hatching time does not exceed 5 hours. And at this moment, a prompt sound also came. There is no introduction after the bug has been fixed. Ling Xiao was stunned for a moment, that is to say, he would have to wait a while to know what exactly this giant egg could hatch. But it's also a baby of a Tyrannosaurus. After fixing the loophole, it should be a star beast of the dragon family. This type of star beast is very powerful. After thinking about it, Ling Xiao was also looking forward to it. After all, the dragon star beast itself is mainly based on the physical strength. By the way, the nutrient solution is also made of beast meat. I wonder if eating beast meat can speed up my energy recovery. Suddenly Ling Xiao's eyes lit up and thought of this. Without hesitation, he ran directly to the pile of egg-stealing dragon corpses not far away, and then tore off a large piece of raw meat. After that, he drilled into the wood to make a fire and made a lot of flames, and then started to roast it unscrupulously, not afraid of any powerful star beasts around. Nonsense, Ganwu said before coming down. The most powerful here are only 3rd order star beasts, and there is only a very low probability of 4th order. And the current Ling Xiao, the overall strength can definitely resist the attack of the acquired limit without the slightest injury. Therefore, with the addition of the undead body, even if the innate level powerhouse is far stronger than the acquired level powerhouse, it will be difficult to kill him. This is because the innate powerhouse possessed the extremely destructive innate essence, which may make Ling Xiao disappear directly. If it were just those star beasts who could only use brute force, it would be almost impossible to kill Ling Xiao. Of course, the most important thing is that because of the breath from the giant egg just now, he has already sensed that the surrounding star beasts have all run away. I don't know when it will hatch. While looking at the giant egg not far away, Ling Xiao used a big branch to stick pieces of meat bigger than himself and roasted it on the huge fire. The number of steaks was more than 10 pieces, and the fire was also raised several meters by him. Extraordinarily conspicuous in the dark night. During the barbecue, Ling Xiao also meditated to restore his strength. Finally, after 20 minutes of grilling, the barbecue was finally ready. Tisk tisk tisk, the second-order 7-star beast meat is really fragrant. Ling Xiao sniffed the attractively colored barbecue and couldn't help but swallowed and bit into it. In an instant, the juice of the steak filled Ling Xiao's mouth. Wash! It's delicious. Ling Xiao's eyes lit up, and instantly began to nibble frantically. At the same time, Ling Xiao was also surprised to find that the meat was instantly digested into energy after eating it in his stomach. Therefore, after eating a full piece of star beast meat, he did not feel full. However, his whole body strength has recovered 90%. In doubt, he continued to eat, and soon the 3 steaks were eaten by him. Not only did the strength recover a lot, but Ling Xiao was also surprised to find that he had stored energy for more than 30 days. It seems that this is the ability of the undead body, which can not only quickly recover from injuries but also devour flesh and blood to quickly recover energy. The excess energy can still be stored, which is a bit against the sky. But also, if you just strengthen the nutrient solution, there is no such powerful ability. Quote. Ling Xiao thought of this, and the corners of his mouth rose slightly. Thinking of this, he didn't hesitate, and once again wiped out the dozen or so huge steaks under him, and at the same time, he continued to bring new pieces of meat and grilled them. Finally, when Ling Xiao ate a whole egg-stealing dragon leader, his energy storage also increased to more than 700 days. Moreover, these energies are not as pure as the energy of the previous nutrient solution, so the speed of repairing injuries and the speed of restoring the power of qi and blood have also been greatly reduced by hundreds of times. Ling Xiao, who found this, also stopped. Eating these star beast meat can only be done in an emergency. It seems that the most important thing is to use nutrient solution. Otherwise, if you can't quickly repair the power of blood in the battle, you will die. Asterisk. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao's eyes flashed slightly. But fortunately, as long as he gets the high-level nutrient solution or even the legendary top-level nutrient solution, and after the system repairs the loophole, then his energy will not be lacking. And by that time, the speed of his injury repair and the speed of blood recovery will skyrocket. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao began to practice the titanium battle. Ding! Congratulations to the host, your blood value +1. Ding! Congratulations to the host, your blood value +1. Because Ling Xiao's realm has improved now, the cultivation speed of the innate Taoist body has also tripled, so now he can increase the power of qi and blood by 3 points in 20 minutes. It is equivalent to gaining a full 9 points of qi and blood in 1 hour. At this speed, Ling Xiao could gain more than 210 points of qi and blood in 1 day's training without eating, drinking or sleeping, which is equivalent to directly upgrading 2 small realms. This speed is also very terrifying. Therefore, 4 hours later, as the time reached around 1 a.m., Ling Xiao's qi and blood value had increased to 248 o'clock. Property sheet. Name: Ling Xiao. Number of repairs: 3 times a day. Realm: the day after tomorrow. Qi and blood: 248. 1 point equals 300 kilograms strength. Soul: 5. Talent: undead body SSS level, blood 300%, soul 300%, innate Tao body SS level, perception 3000, training speed 3000, titanium battle body C level, 300% speed, 500% defense. Martial arts: titanium battle lower tier 4, perfect, 300% cultivation speed, titanium fist lower tier 4, perfect, 400% fist power. As Ling Xiao opened his attribute table, he also found that his repair times had been refreshed. Crack! At this moment, the sound of broken eggshells reached Ling Xiao's mind at this time, and Ling Xiao's eyes lit up when he heard this sound. Immediately, he looked at it quickly, and saw that the huge dark black dome was cracked with cracks at this time. Boom! Suddenly, a loud bang erupted, and the next moment the entire black should explode directly. Hold head high. Then an earth-shattering dragon roar erupted directly from the void. The next moment, under Ling Xiao's shocked gaze, a black three-headed dragon with a height of 20 meters and a wingspan of more than 40 meters appeared in the sky. Hold head high. Hold head high. Hold head high. The three-headed dragon roared in the sky, and a terrifying breath burst out from him. At this moment, all the creatures within 1,000 miles were directly suppressed by an inexplicable terrifying coercion. Shivering on the ground. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully obtaining the beast pet, the three-headed demon dragon from hell. Talent, SSS, level, low level 3rd order. All the beast pets after fixing the loopholes are 100% loyal to the host. At this time, a prompt sound was also transmitted to Ling Xiao's mind. Ling Xiao laughed after hearing the prompt sound. As soon as he was born, he has the strength of the 3rd order low rank, and it is indeed an SSS level talent. The potential of 200 million loopholes is really not covered. And that 100% loyalty isn't bad either. Quote. The realm of the 3rd order low grade, which means that the strength of this three-headed demon dragon from hell can easily obliterate a congenital powerhouse, and even the powerhouses of the 7th and 8th layers of the innate are vulnerable in front of him. Hold head high. At this moment, the three-headed demon dragon in the sky also found Ling Xiao on the ground, and immediately burst out with a loud roar, then landed directly in front of Ling Xiao and shook the huge dragon with excitement. Tail. As if to please Ling Xiao. Of course, the smoke that was lifted up was also skyrocketing. What is the concept of 20 meters high? The first floor is generally 3 meters, and the 20th floor is 7 floors. The average old-fashioned residential building is only this high. And the most important thing is that the three-headed dragon in front of me has just been born, and it looks like a cub. It's very domineering. I'll call you Xiao He in the future. Ling Xiao looked at the three-headed demon dragon of hell in front of him and said his name directly. Hold head high. When Xiao He heard Ling Xiao's words, he glanced at him aggrievedly. As someone who understands human language, he naturally knows that the name is not good. It's a pity that Ling Xiao didn't change it for him, because the name was easy to hear. But soon Ling Xiao frowned. The talent is good, and the strength is not bad. It would be better if it could be smaller. Now it seems that you can only stay here for a while, and I will pick you up when I have my own spaceship. Ling Xiao was a little helpless, so big, it was naturally impossible for him to bring it back. After all, dragon-type creatures are very precious in the first place, and bringing them back is definitely a series of troubles. Hold head high. However, after hearing Ling Xiao's words, the three-headed dragon became anxious, and quickly groaned. In an instant, the black mist that filled the sky erupted from his whole body. It soon shrouded his huge body. Then, under Ling Xiao's surprised eyes, the black mist began to shrink rapidly. In just a few seconds, the black mist was only the size of a fist left. Then, when the black mist dissipated, one head shrunk thousands of times, and a small three-headed demon dragon only the size of a fist appeared in front of him. Hey, how can you change your body shape at will? This is a bit awesome. Ling Xiao's eyes lit up immediately, and then he stretched out his hand and brought Xiao He over. Excited, Xiao He lay on Ling Xiao's palm and screamed. If the three heads are not very conspicuous, I am afraid they will think that he is a little black lizard. Since you can change the size, then go with me. Ling Xiao smiled slightly, then placed Xiao He on her shoulder. The number of bug fixes has been refreshed, but so far there doesn't seem to be anything to fix. Looking at his attribute table, Ling Xiao was also lost in thought. There is still half a day before the end of the assessment. If you practice in this time, you can still improve a small realm. Let's leave here and talk about it. The star beasts around Xiao He were born here just now are scared away. After using the sensory ability of the innate Dao body to feel the surrounding 20 kilometers, Ling Xiao found that the surrounding star beasts had disappeared. In desperation, he could only leave with Xiao He. Roar. However, just over 10 minutes after Ling Xiao and Xiao He left, a giant wolf burning with raging fire came here. The height of more than 30 meters clearly indicates that he is a powerful third-order star beast. Because only the mighty power of hundreds of tons of third-order star beasts can support such a huge body. Moreover, it is still an explosive flame wolf that awakened the flame talent. Roar. The blazing flame demon roared up to the sky, and then his nose suddenly sniffed the surrounding air. The next moment, his eyes locked directly in the direction Ling Xiao left. Because there it felt a familiar smell around it. And there is a breath of new star beasts. In an instant, a trace of greed occupied his eyes. Boom! Without hesitation, at the foot of it, as the ground was directly smashed, his figure also instantly cut through the void and rushed towards the distance. Asterisk. On the plain, Ling Xiao punched a powerful second-order 7-star giant bear-like star beast with one punch. However, after destroying this star beast, Ling Xiao fell into deep thought. By the way, having said that, the low-level nutrient solution in the legend seems to be made from about a ton of second-order star beast flesh. That is to say, is ordinary star beast meat also equivalent to nutrient solution? As long as I repair it with his loopholes, it should also provide me with a lot of energy. Looking at the star beast in front of him, he became a little curious. Try it and you won't know. When he thought of it, he did it. Ling Xiao did not hesitate, and directly used the bone knife made from the rib of the egg-stealing dragon to cut the body of the star beast, and then took out the star core of the other party. The star core does contain a lot of energy, but this energy is spiritual energy, so Ling Xiao did not fix his loopholes but let it go first. Maybe it can be used to restore mental strength in the future. Immediately he tore off a huge piece of bear meat and used the system to start watching. Ding! Found a piece of second-order star beast meat, eat it directly to get energy reserve. 70, repairable loopholes, 6,451 kinds. Whether to repair it. A prompt sound also appeared in Ling Xiao's mind at this time. Ling Xiao's eyes lit up immediately after hearing the prompt sound. Sure enough, a piece of star beast meat can obtain 70 energy reserves, and the number of loopholes after repair is also much more than the previous low-level nutrient solution. It seems that the effect after repair is definitely stronger than the previous low-level nutrient solution. Ling Xiao immediately laughed. If this is the case, it means that you don't need to spend money to buy nutrient solution in the future. But then again, the price of a piece of second-order high-level star beast is definitely not cheaper than the price of a bottle of low-level nutrient solution. And the most important thing is that the second-order star beast is only equivalent to the effect of the low-level nutrient solution. To obtain the effect of the high-level nutrient solution, at least the meat of the fourth-order star beast is needed. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao was speechless. That thing was beyond his own strength. It's better to use it in an emergency. It's convenient and affordable to buy nutrient solution for a long time. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao was not in a hurry to fix it. System, can you fix all the loopholes in the flesh and blood of this star beast? Ling Xiao spoke directly to the system. Ding. Yes, every repair can repair a hole. The whole body of a star beast is a whole. Sure enough, the system immediately responded to Ling Xiao's words. That's good, such a second-order star beast can directly make at least 50 bottles of low-level nutrient solution. It's cost-effective to get it together. However, I still have a little emergency energy point. It seems that it is best to find a third-order star beast. This is equivalent to having dozens of bottles of intermediate nutrient solution. Ling Xiao thought for a while before giving up on fixing the loophole of the star beast in front of him, because he knew that fixing the loophole of this star beast now would be a small loss. After all, with the strength of him and Xiao He, he can definitely kill a third-order star beast, and Xiao He can even kill a third-order star beast with 3 or 4 stars. It is not worthwhile to give this second-order star beast a precious number of repairs. Without hesitation, he opened the map directly. Huh. There is actually a third-order star beast in this position, but I don't know where it is. Ling Xiao glanced at the map and found that dozens of circles around it were marked in orange, and his eyes suddenly lit up. You know, the orange color means that there are definitely powerful third-order star beasts within this range. And what Ling Xiao was looking for was this third-order star beast. My explosive power is a bit terrifying after my realm reaches the second level of the day after tomorrow. And now even if I don't use the titanium body to strengthen my defense, some second-order 6 or 7-star beasts on the ground can't hurt me. Only the third-order star beast can test out my true strength. By the way, you can also get the corpse of a third-order star beast. Quote. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao closed his eyes and began to sense the atmosphere around him. In an instant, everything around him changed in Ling Xiao's consciousness, and everything turned colorful. And the blood-red light spheres within 20 kilometers around them represent star beasts. Suddenly, a huge blood-colored light ball with a height of tens of meters appeared within the sensing range of his consciousness, and it was still rushing towards him at an extremely fast speed. Tier 3 low-level star beasts. They came to me. Ling Xiao instantly guessed that the other party's target was himself, and Ling Xiao's eyes lit up immediately. Come on the pillow if you're really drowsy. Xiao He, stay away, I'll meet him. Ling Xiao smiled and then jumped directly to the top of a boulder and spoke to Xiao He on the shoulder. OWW. When Xiao He heard that, he quickly flapped his small wings and flew directly into the sky, and he came to a height of several hundred meters and looked down. Boom boom boom. Suddenly, a series of roars came from afar. Ling Xiao's eyes narrowed, and he glanced in the direction of the voice. In an instant, he found that a huge devil wolf with raging fire was rushing towards Ling Xiao at a very fast speed. A third-order high-level star beast was detected, and the data was obtained after analysis. Race: Blazing Fire Wolf. Level: between the third-order 1-star to the third-order 3-star. Introduction: controlling the power of flames, it is natural to control flames to attack, and at the same time, as a wolf clan, it has an extremely keen sense of smell. Danger level: extremely dangerous, please evacuate quickly, dangerous, please evacuate quickly. Quote. However, the moment Ling Xiao saw this star beast, the mask battle device in his hole instantly analyzed the flame-blazing demon wolf's race and strength. At the same time, an alarm sounded to Ling Xiao's mind. This alarm sound is really annoying. Ling Xiao was a little helpless. In fact, when he saw the second-order star beast before, the alarm never stopped, and now it is even more so. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao turned off the alarm again. If it wasn't for the sake of checking the opponent's situation, how could he have turned on the battle meter again? I didn't expect it to be a star beast that can awaken supernatural powers. This time it's fun. Ling Xiao's eyes also flickered slightly at this time, and suddenly there was a trace of excitement. Of course, what he thought in his mind was not that he could not beat it, but that the energy reserve of this thing should be much more than that of ordinary star beasts. It's decided, it's you. Ling Xiao immediately locked his gaze on the blazing flame devil wolf who rushed over. Titanium War. Asterisk. The next moment, with Ling Xiao's violent drink, a dark golden arrogance shot up from his body in an instant, and the terrifying arrogance spread in all directions like a flood. The dazzling dark golden arrogance rushed directly into the altitude of more than 10 meters. The next moment, without hesitation, Ling Xiao stepped down. Boom! In an instant, the ground beneath his feet collapsed for several meters. The whole person also instantly turned into a stream of light and shot towards the front in an instant, and the speed was so fast that the face of the explosive flame demon wolf, which was halfway through, changed. However, after seeing that Ling Xiao was actually just a little bit, the guard in his heart disappeared. You must know that there is an iron law among star beasts, that is, the bigger the body, the greater the strength. Even some small star beasts are weak and the speed is slightly faster. It's like an egg-stealing dragon, which is several times smaller than the star beasts of the same level, but that's because of their fast speed. Now that Ling Xiao's speed is faster than it is, but after looking at the height of only 1.8 meters, it is natural to think that Ling Xiao is some kind of star beast like an egg-stealing dragon. After all, the star beasts on this planet have never seen the human race. Ow! The next moment, the blazing flame demon wolf screamed in the sky. Boom rumble. The scarlet flames on his body became even more violent once again, and the huge body turned into a huge fireball and crushed Ling Xiao fiercely. Titanium Fist. And Ling Xiao shouted violently the moment he came to the front of the blazing flame demon wolf, and instantly burst out with all his strength and smashed it out with a punch. The next moment, the dark golden streak that Ling Xiao transformed into instantly cut through the void and slammed into the head of the third order, 1-star explosive flame demon wolf. Boom! With a loud bang resounding on the ground. The powerful third-order star beast had already been smashed by Ling Xiao's fist and flew backwards like a cannonball. Boom! In the end, it flew out for a few hundred meters and smashed directly onto a hill and was directly embedded on the mountain. However, his head was smashed in half by force. Such a serious injury directly caused this mighty third-order powerful star beast to twitch and lose his anger. Instant kill, a third-order 1-star, a powerful star beast who understood the power of flame was instantly killed by Ling Xiao in such a face-to-face. In the place where the two collided, there was still a raging fire burning. Afterwards, Ling Xiao, whose body was burnt to black, also slowly walked out from the flames that filled the sky. As Ling Xiao walked out of the flames, his injuries began to heal quickly at this moment. But unfortunately, because the energy in the body is too low, Ling Xiao's recovery speed is very slow. Of course, this is only when the energy is plentiful. Ling Xiao was surprised to find that when he was injured, the speed at which he absorbed the spiritual energy of heaven and earth soared hundreds of times. Of course, it was the same before, but because Ling Xiao's recovery speed was much slower than using energy supplements with sufficient energy, Ling Xiao didn't notice it. But now it seems that although this serious injury will take a certain amount of time, it can be completely repaired in no more than an hour at most. It seems that there are still many surprises for me from the undead body. As expected of a powerful level that surpasses the SSS level. Ling Xiao felt all this and immediately smiled. Then he came to the dead flame demon wolf. After using the titanium battle body and the titanium fist, even the third-order 1-star beasts are no longer my opponents. But fortunately, it seems to be too underestimated, and even the real power of fire has not been used, otherwise, I would not be as simple as Burns. Quote. Looking at this star beast, Ling Xiao said with some emotion. If this devil wolf breaks out with all its strength, even an ordinary third-order 2 or even 3-star will definitely not be its opponent. Even if Ling Xiao was able to kill it, he would be burnt and seriously injured. It's a bit troublesome for Ling Xiao who doesn't have enough energy now. After all, if there is another star beast, then Xiao He can only do it. Of course, even so, his current strength is a bit out of line. After all, the realm of the acquired level is the level of the top 10 powerhouses in the entire Cayenne city. But now Ling Xiao is a star beast who can simply kill a third-order 1-star and realize supernatural powers. With this strength, some big cities are the existence of rulers. Ow! At this moment, the three-headed devil dragon in the sky flew down quickly, and shouted around Ling Xiao excitedly. It seemed that Ling Xiao was in a hurry when he was injured. I'm fine, this little injury will heal soon. Ling Xiao also smiled when he saw the anxious look of the little guy. Choo choo choo. After hearing Ling Xiao's words, Xiao He relaxed, but then the little guy flew in front of the dead blazing flame demon wolf angrily, and then kicked him fiercely with his little foot. Boom. In an instant, with a loud explosion, the body of the demon wolf was kicked into the sky. Finally, it flew hundreds of meters in the air before falling quickly. Boom rumble. When he hit the ground, he directly smashed the ground into a huge pothole and became bloody. This little guy is really grumpy. Ling Xiao, who saw this scene, felt helpless. Fortunately, although it was smashed into blood, it was not completely damaged. Ling Xiao walked over and looked at this corpse. Ding! Found a loophole in the corpse of a third-order 1-star beast, 21,204. Is it repaired? Note. This fix does not include the star core. Quote. A prompt sound resounded in Ling Xiao's mind at this moment. However, the fact that there were 20,000 loopholes made Ling Xiao feel a little emotional. You must know that the potential of 20,000, if calculated according to the realm, is already comparable to the existence of a great master. After all, the things about 1-star of the great master are only 10,000 loopholes. And the terror of the master-level powerhouse, if the general, Earth, can definitely destroy the existence of a supercontinent. The Star Master of Earth will be respectful when seeing such existences. However, the system actually repaired the star core and the physical body separately. It seems that the potential of the star core may be far greater than the potential of the physical body. After all, it is a star beast who has comprehended the power of flame. Ling Xiao's eyes lit up when he thought of this, and without hesitation, he dug out the star core directly. Soon a fiery red star core appeared in front of Ling Xiao's eyes. Ding! Found a loophole in a third-order 1-spark attribute star core, 740,000. Is it repaired? Sure enough, as he remembered with a beep from the system, a huge number appeared in front of him again. 740,000. A huge 740,000. It also means that the level of this star core at this time has reached the planetary level above the realm of the Great Master. Repair, fix both directly. Without hesitation, Ling Xiao spoke directly to the system. Ding, accept the order. Start repairing. Asterisk. Ding, accept the order. Start repairing. The system also responded quickly. Ohm. In the next instant, two golden energies instantly enveloped the huge corpse in front of Ling Xiao and the star core in his hand. In an instant, the huge corpse began to expand at an extremely fast speed. The body that was originally tens of meters swelled to a full 100 meters in just an instant, and it was still skyrocketing at the same time. In the end, it reached a terrifying height of several hundred meters before it stopped. Hundreds of meters, what is this concept? It is equivalent to the height of a mountain. With such a huge mountain of meat in front of him, Ling Xiao was completely speechless. Forget it, the high-level star beasts are also very large, how can I eat the fifth-order star beasts? Ling Xiao patted his head helplessly. So big, when will he eat? Although it seems that he has an undead body that can store a very large amount of energy, he doesn't know how long it will take to finish eating this meat mountain. Ohm. However, at this time, the fiery red star core in Ling Xiao's hand was completely repaired at this time. This star core is still fiery red, and even the size has not changed much, but the lines depicted around it are many times more complicated than before. Take a closer look at the dense runes all over the entire star core. With the appearance of this star nucleus, the temperature within 100 miles around it also began to rise slowly. This rise is not because this fiery red star nucleus radiates temperature like the sun. If it is like the sun, the temperature of this small star core that can radiate hundreds of miles will definitely reach 1,000,000 degrees or even more terrifying levels. His temperature rose as if every place within 100 kilometers was rising at the same rate. Of course Ling Xiao didn't know all of this. Ding! The bug has been fixed, congratulations to the host for obtaining a 5th-order low-grade star beast, a corpse of the Qian Sirius, and a 6th-order rare star core, a sun star core. At this moment, a prompt sound suddenly passed into Ling Xiao's mind. Ling Xiao was shocked when he heard the beep. At this time, he was not interested in learning about the corpses of 5th-order star beasts. After all, even if they were given to him, he would not be able to eat much. But this 6th-order rare star core is a good thing. Then Ling Xiao hurriedly clicked on the introduction of these things. Red Flame Heavenly Wolf Corpse. After adulthood, they are at least a powerful race of the 5th-order low rank, and they are born with the talent to control the power of red flames. A level can devour tens of thousands of stars, and eventually evolve into the Sun Star Flame Wolf. Control the S-level ability Sun Star Flame. Sun Star Flame Star Core. It contains Sun Star Flame, because all the loopholes have been fixed, so after taking it, the user can directly control the S-level ability, Sun Star Flame. At the same time, you will get a huge mental energy reserve, and the reserve will be released when you practice mental energy. Quote. Sun Star Flame. With the powerful ability to smelt everything, it is the powerful flame that countless alchemists and alchemists dream of, and it also has a strong attack power. Looking at the introduction of the system, Ling Xiao nodded with satisfaction. The two repair abilities this time have not been in vain, and it is a good thing to be able to directly obtain an S-rank talent. AC-level titanium body can improve my combat effectiveness so much, and now I have an S-level talent of the combat department, and the improvement in strength is definitely beyond the table. In addition, this Sun Star Flame's ability to smelt everything is not known if it can melt the corpse of a Scarlet Flame Sirius, so that it will not be wasted. Quote. Ling Xiao was also lost in thought at this time. Since Sun Star Flame can smelt everything and it is also the flame that alchemists want most, it means that he must have an effect on the corpse of Qian Sirius. Awaken the Sun Star Flame first. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao swallowed the fiery red star core directly into his stomach without hesitation. Boom! However, a terrifying heat wave erupted from Ling Xiao's stomach as the star nucleus went down. In an instant, a heat wave enveloped every cell in Ling Xiao's body. It's not just feeling that the body is getting hot, Ling Xiao also clearly found that a fiery red energy has begun to be injected into every cell of his body, and this energy is definitely Sun Star Flame. In other words, although the star core with elements does contain the ability that this star beast possessed during his lifetime, but I've never heard of it being able to awaken a warrior after eating it. Even if there is such a probability, it is 1 in a billion, and the probability of dying under the body is all explosive. After all, this is not something that humans can eat casually. It seems that the system has fixed all his loopholes, even the loopholes that will explode and die after eating, and the loopholes with a probability of less than 1 in a billion. Quote. Ling Xiao felt the sun star flame that was bred in his body and thought quickly. Suddenly, at this moment, Ling Xiao suddenly felt a wave of fluctuations in his sea of consciousness. Ling Xiao quickly manipulated his spiritual sense and began to check his sea of consciousness. The sea of consciousness is the ocean of a person's consciousness. It can be said that a person's memory and soul are stored here. Even Ling Xiao, who has the body of immortality, as long as the sea of consciousness is damaged, it is a proper serious injury level. It takes a lot of power to fix it. However, at this time, Ling Xiao found that his sea of consciousness was filled with sun and star flames. Fortunately, Ling Xiao knew that since the system had fixed all the loopholes, it was impossible for him to cause problems. Sure enough, these sun-star flames began to gather rapidly in Ling Xiao's sea of consciousness. Soon a fiery red light spot converged. Immediately afterwards, the fiery red light spots began to expand rapidly under the convergence of solar star flames. Finally, an incomparably huge gigantic ball of light was suspended above Ling Xiao's sea of consciousness. It seems that this is the legendary power core. It is said that every elemental power user can condense the power core in the sea of consciousness. Asterisk. After seeing this scene, Ling Xiao immediately guessed what this fiery red ball of light was. And with the condensation of the supernatural core, Ling Xiao instantly felt that he could control the real fire of the sun in his body at will. This manipulation is like an innate ability. At the same time, he also felt that his mind was extraordinarily sober at this moment, and everything around him seemed to have changed. Ding! Congratulations to the host, you have successfully awakened the ability, Sun Star Flame, S level, Soul plus 500. Your soul realm has been successfully upgraded to the 5th day of the day after tomorrow. At the same time, you will get a reserve of spiritual points, 70,000. Ding! The energy reserve calculation formula is changed from the sky to energy points. 1 energy point equals 100 days of energy consumption. The current energy point reserve is 0 inches. At this moment, a series of 2 beeps came to Ling Xiao's mind, and his eyes flashed when he heard the beeps. No wonder everything around is different. It turns out that my soul value has been directly increased by 500 points, which is equivalent to 100 times of my soul directly. The effect brought by this star nucleus is a bit awesome. Quote. Ling Xiao laughed immediately. Such a terrifying effect is absolutely earth-shaking for him now. You must know that although Sun Star Flame is powerful, his strength is driven by mental power. And the soul value represents the level of spiritual power. If it is still a 5-point soul, even if the Sun Star Flame is awakened, Ling Xiao is afraid that at most, he can only burn to death a warrior in the 7th or 8th level of body forging. After all, his 5-point soul is equivalent to an ordinary person's 15 points, which is the realm of the first layer of the body forging realm. Coupled with the S-level ability, it is still possible to burn the 7th or 8th heaven, but it will be difficult if it is stronger. However, now it is different. He can burn to death easily and casually, even if he is a powerhouse in the innate realm. Try the power of Sun Star Flame first. Ling Xiao thought for a moment and then snapped his fingers. Snapped. With the snap of his fingers, a small group of beating crimson flames condensed directly from his fingertips. In an instant, the temperature in a radius of several kilometers began to rise at an extremely fast rate. Such a small power is so terrifying. Ling Xiao was a little shocked in his heart. He knew just by the temperature that the power of the flame was definitely not weak. The next moment, the flames at his fingertips were shot out directly by him. In an instant, this crimson flame turned into a red light and burst into the distance. In the blink of an eye, this small flame flew 2 kilometers away. Boom! As the flames fell on the ground, a loud, earth-shattering noise erupted in an instant, and the terrifying flames shot straight for dozens of meters. Everything within a radius of 100 meters was instantly enveloped in fiery red flames. The hot breath made Ling Xiao feel hot several kilometers away. As the flames disappeared, a deep pit full of magma remained on the ground. Ow! Feeling this power, Xiaohei couldn't help but squeaked in excitement. It's awesome, this thing is so powerful and so terrifying. The scene in front of her immediately shocked Ling Xiao. The power that just such a small flame erupted just now was definitely stronger than the full blow of his body. But think about it, the realm of your own body is only the second day of the day after tomorrow, but the soul is the fifth day of the day after tomorrow. However, it seems that Sun Star Flame can be blessed on his body, and his strength will definitely soar at that time. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but open his attribute table. Property sheet. Name: Ling Xiao. Number of repairs: 1, 3 times a day. The realm of martial arts, the second day of the day after tomorrow. Soul realm, the 5 heavens of the day after tomorrow. Qi and blood, 251, 1 point equals 300 kilograms strength. Soul, 505. Talent: undead body SSS level, combat power 300%, innate Dao body SS level, blessing 3000 times, titanium battle body C level, 300% speed, 500% defense, Sunstar Flame S level. Martial arts: titanium battle lower tier 4, perfect, 300% cultivation speed, titanium fist lower tier 4, perfect, 400% fist power. Seeing her 3S rank abilities have been added to her body, Ling Xiao smiled with satisfaction. With this strength, even if the star beast of the 3rd rank, 6 or 7 stars comes, Ling Xiao can fight against the opponent. Then it's time to deal with this star beast. Ling Xiao's eyes flashed slightly, and his eyes quickly turned to the huge star beast in front of him. Then he directly mobilized all his energy. Boom! In an instant, as a terrifying aura erupted, a fiery red flame frantically emerged directly from Ling Xiao's body. In an instant, these fiery red flames shrouded the huge mountain of meat ahead like a flood. Chi. As the flames touched this huge Roshan, the touched position began to melt instantly. That's right, it's melting, not scorching. This made Ling Xiao a little surprised, but after recalling the introduction of the system that Sun Star Flame was the most suitable for refining equipment and medicine, he was relieved. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao quickly spread the flames. Soon the flames turned into a huge red flame covering the corpse in front of him. However, the melting process is a bit slow. After all, this corpse is also the corpse of a terrifying 5th-order star beast. If this star beast is placed on the Earth, it will not take a year to turn the entire Earth into a purgatory. Although this powerful star beast is dead, if there is no flame in his flesh and blood, Ling Xiao can't even cut his skin. As time went on, after an hour of tug-of-war, Ling Xiao finally completely melted the meat mountain, which was hundreds of meters high and covered an area of hundreds of thousands of square meters, into a huge mass of about 50 meters in diameter, blood cell. It should still be refined, there should be a lot of impurities in it. Ling Xiao looked at the huge blood sphere suspended in his own flames with some emotion. If it weren't for the fact that he had a full mental reserve of 70,000 points, let alone the entire body would melt, even if he melted a paw, Ling Xiao would be drained. This disappearance Ling Xiao abruptly consumed more than 1,000 mental power reserves. However, the benefits are naturally there, because the repeated consumption, recovery and consumption of Ling Xiao's soul value directly increased by more than 50 points. Of course, after all, consumption of recovery is not used to repair soul wounds. Without the cheating blessing of the undead body, it is naturally impossible to achieve a conversion ratio of 1:1. Otherwise, if all these are used to repair the wounds of the soul, the 1,000 points of mental power reserve can directly make Ling Xiao's mental power reach the innate level. Of course, the next step is still a tug-of-war. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao continued to start smelting. Time flies again. After more than an hour, the huge blood cell that was originally 50 meters in diameter finally became only 1 meter in diameter. Unfortunately, after reaching this level, Ling Xiao is no longer able to refine it. Unfortunately, it seems that I have reached my limit. Still too weak. Ling Xiao said helplessly. However, if someone heard his words, they would be directly pissed off. What's more, it took only 1 day to get the system, and now he has improved from an ordinary person to a congenital powerhouse. The level of killing actually said that his strength is too weak. With this kind of speed, isn't it easy to improve your strength in the future? Asterisk. Ling Xiao sighed helplessly. If I knew that I could get Sun Star Flame after fixing the Star Core loophole, I would fix the Star Core loophole first, and after awakening Sun Star Flame, I would smelt the corpse of the original Third Order Star Beast Blazing Flame Devil Wolf into a small one. Flesh essence and then fix his vulnerability. In this case, the restored flesh and blood essence is definitely only a small one, and it will not be as big as it is now. Ling Xiao immediately opened the introduction of this large group of blood cells. Flesh essence. It contains all the flesh and blood essence of a 5th order star beast. After eating all of it, you can get reserve energy points, 20,000. Equivalent to the previous 2 million days of energy reserve. At the same time, you can get a training speed blessing, 500%. A system notification sound also reached Ling Xiao's mind at this time. 20,000 energy points. It seems that the reason for the low energy of the star core should be that most of the energy was wasted because it awakened the solar star flame for me. Under normal circumstances, the 6th order star core should have a mental power reserve of more than 1 million. 20,000 is already very good, and it can also support 5 times the cultivation speed. What a pity, it's so big. Quote. Ling Xiao was speechless. Suddenly, Ling Xiao felt that his shoulders were actually wet. Immediately, Ling Xiao looked at his shoulder suspiciously, and in an instant, he realized that Xiao He on his shoulder was drooling frantically. Ling Xiao was suddenly stunned. You little thing, since this is the case, then most of it will be distributed to you. Anyway, when I reach the innate realm, I can go and get a higher level star beast corpse. Ling Xiao smiled, and immediately divided the huge blood cell into 1/5 and sent the rest to Xiao Hei's eyes. After all, if this kid wants to grow up, he also needs a lot of energy supply. Hold head high. After seeing Ling Xiao lose such a big blood cell for him, Xiao He, who was so excited, burst into a dragon roar. The next moment, its young body swelled wildly, and it expanded to a huge level of more than 30 meters in just an instant. The next moment, Xiao He swallowed the blood ball that Ling Xiao gave him. In an instant, a wave of fluctuation erupted from Xiao Hei's body. The next moment Ling Xiao discovered that Xiao Hei's body was actually growing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Ding! Your pet obtains a source of energy, and activates the talent, Super Evolution S level. Enter the rapid growth mode, in which the growth rate is increased by 10,000 times until it reaches adulthood, or the energy reserves are exhausted, and the will stop growing. However, at this moment, a system prompt sound also reached Ling Xiao's mind. 10,000 times the growth rate, this is a bit awesome. A speed of 10,000 times is equivalent to the growth rate of 10,000 years in 1 year. 1 year is equivalent to 10,000 years. Even if the potential of Xiao He is extremely terrifying, it will take many years to grow to the limit, but with such a powerful talent, it will not take many years to grow to the peak. Of course, because the talent is too powerful, it is very difficult to reach adulthood. It is said that the martial god, the strongest human race, has cultivated for a full 70,000 years to reach the current level. The final strength of Xiao He in adulthood is definitely far beyond that of the current martial god, and it is absolutely impossible without a few 100,000 years of normal calculation. Even now it will take decades. By the way, this blood cell can increase the cultivation speed by 5 times. If so, doesn't it mean that Xiao He has cultivated for a year now, which is equivalent to the previous 50,000 years? Suddenly Ling Xiao's eyes lit up and thought of this. You must know that talent is talent, but the blessing of flesh and blood essence is another effect. If it is calculated like this, when I obtain a higher level of flesh and blood essence in the future, the speed of Xiao Hei's strength improvement will be even more terrifying. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao was also looking forward to it. At that time, even if he did not become a super strong, he would be able to traverse the entire human race by relying on Xiao He. Hold head high. And it seems that he also noticed the change in his body. Xiao He excitedly groaned in the sky, and then his body shrank instantly, and then fell on Ling Xiao's shoulder again and fell asleep. This little guy, with the blessing of your talent, he should be able to barely keep up with me. Ling Xiao also smiled slightly when he looked at Xiao He who was sleeping on his shoulders. Yes, without this fast-growing talent, although Xiao He has terrifying potential, trying to catch up with Ling Xiao, who is already hanging up, would be a fool's errand. By the way, I haven't eaten this flesh and blood essence yet. Suddenly Ling Xiao remembered this. Then, without hesitation, he directly took the remaining flesh and blood essence using his own flame control ability. This sun spark can also be used as a psychic power, and it really deserves to be an S-level ability. Ling Xiao looked at the flesh and blood essence wrapped in the sun spark with satisfaction and felt a little emotional. Psychic power is the ability of the legendary spiritual teacher. The spiritual teacher is a different kind of power user, because the power awakened by ordinary power users has a fixed level. For example, Sun Star Flame is S level, and ordinary flame power is only C level. However, there are different levels of psychic power used by spiritual masters. The lowest is just an ordinary F-level spiritual teacher, and the most talented spiritual teacher can reach S-level or even SS level. And the higher the level, the more terrifying the power that can burst out with the same mental power. For example, if an acquired spiritual master with 100 soul points awakens an F-level psychic power, he can only use psychic power to burst out a power of 10,000 kilograms. And if it is E level, it can explode 15,000 kilograms, and D level has reached 20,000 kilograms. The C level is 30,000, the B level is 40,000, and the A level can burst out to 60,000. As for the S rank, it is a terrifying 100,000 kilograms power, which is equivalent to 10 times that of the F rank. This multiplier also defines the level of all combat powers. For example, if the ability of a combat-type ability user can bless 300% of the combat power, then he is a C-level ability. If it can be blessed 10 times, it is an S-level power user. Just like Ling Xiao's current Sun Star Flame, it can directly erupt with more than 10 times the combat power, so he was selected as an S-level ability user. Of course, high-level abilities will have some other effects in addition to the blessing in battle, and some can quickly restore their own strength. For example, the A-level power of the earth, standing on the ground, can quickly absorb the energy of the earth to restore mental power and lost energy. And now, the effect of Ling Xiao's Sun Star Flame is that it can control things like psychic power. Of course, many elemental powers have this ability. The power of the controlled object burst is far less than the power of the level. According to Ling Xiao's calculations, if he used Sun Star Flame to control objects and kill people, the power of the explosion would be equivalent to B rank at most. That is, an increase of 4 or 5 times. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao also directly ate all the remaining flesh and blood essence. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the energy point reserve, 40,000. The training speed is blessed by 500%. At this moment, a prompt sound also passed into Ling Xiao's mind. Asterisk. Ling Xiao, who heard the prompt tone, felt the constant energy in her body with satisfaction. In just an instant, the injuries he had left from killing the blazing flame demon wolf that had not been completely repaired were also recovered in an instant. Ding! You are recovering from a minor injury. Energy consumption, 20 points, chi and blood value increase, 20 points. At the same time, a prompt sound was also transmitted to Ling Xiao's mind at this time. 20 points of chi and blood, that is equivalent to a direct increase of 600 kilograms of strength. Think about it, you can only get 4 or 5 points of chi and blood from a minor injury, but it has turned 4 or 5 times. According to the current energy reserve calculation, after all the energy reserves are used up, my blood value can definitely reach 40,000 points. This value is already at the master level. Ling Xiao thought of this and the corners of his mouth rose slightly. Such a huge energy reserve is completely enough for him to use it in a short time. But then again, how can I damage my soul? Only in this way can I quickly improve my soul strength. But soon Ling Xiao fell into deep thought. Forget it, go back and find out if you can find any soul-based cultivation techniques, maybe you can gain something. Let's go, little black, let's find the bad luck of other star beasts. Quote. Thinking of this, Ling Xiao directly brought Xiao He, who was sleeping soundly, and walked towards the depths of the night. Time flies. Soon, it will be the next afternoon. Boom! With a roar, a huge spaceship slowly landed on the meeting place where Ling Xiao and the others had disembarked. However, there are already dozens of people waiting for the meeting point at this time. Each of these people was overwhelmed with excitement the moment they saw the air carrier. On this day, they almost died of fright. You must know that their strength is only the weakest body forging realm first layer. As long as a first order 2-star beast comes, they can easily shred them. Although on this planet, 90% of them are beasts that do not meet the standards of star beasts, but they still dare not do anything to these beasts. Because as long as you do it, it is likely to attract the surrounding star beasts. At that time, there is absolutely no way for them to survive. Therefore, since Ling Xiao killed the black shadow leopard and left, they all hurriedly found a hidden place to hide, for fear of being discovered by the star beast. It's a pity, even so, more than 300 people finally survived more than 70 people. Finally, the hatch slowly opened, and at the same time a tractor beam fell down. The more than 70 quasi-warriors who were excited rushed up, all under the power of the tractor beam, flew up and entered the spaceship. Saved. Ha ha ha, I survived. It's finally over, this place is so dangerous. That's great, although we didn't kill the star beast, but according to what the Minister of Martial Arts said before, we can become warriors as long as we survive. Yeah, although the death rate is more than twice as high as before, the pass rate is much higher than before. At this moment, everyone in the aftermath of the disaster started to discuss excitedly. Everyone, rest in place. Those who are injured go directly to the medical cabin for treatment. After all those who are still alive return, they will return. At that time, everyone will become an official warrior certified by the Warrior Alliance. At this moment, a calm voice came from the control room. Then, Gongwu, who was wearing a black martial arts uniform, walked out with a few fully armed men of the Forging Realm 10th layer. Seeing that there were only more than 70 people left, there was no wavering in his heart. As the head of the Martial Artist Certification Department, he clearly knows that every martial artist has to experience blood and injuries. Death is a very normal thing, because although warriors can receive treatment beyond ordinary people, they also have to bear corresponding responsibilities. Maybe some people will think that it is not necessary to kill people just for the assessment. After all, it is absolutely a rare resource that can become a warrior, and it is a pity to die like this. If you think about it, there is absolutely no problem. Because tens of thousands of years ago, when the Martial Artist Alliance began to carry out the martial artist certification, there was not much danger in the martial artist certification. However, things changed over time. Because after becoming a warrior, you can receive a fixed 10,000 star coins every month. Therefore, most of the warriors began to hide at home and enjoy themselves after they were certified as warriors. You know, 10,000 a month is equivalent to the purchasing power of 100,000 a month in the 21st century. Who doesn't like a job that earns millions a year and doesn't have to work, who will work hard? In the end, the star beasts were cleaned up without manpower. At the same time, the resources of the national treasury are consumed in large quantities. In the end, the Warrior Alliance almost collapsed. Fortunately, the above people discovered this problem, so they directly formulated new martial artist certification standards. That is to go directly to the Star Beast area to fight. Only after killing enough First Order and 1-star Star Beasts can you successfully become a certified warrior. This is only the first step. The second step is that the warrior must kill the corresponding Star Beast every year. If there are not enough kills in the first year, the basic supplies will not be distributed in the second year. As soon as these two regulations appeared, the number of star beasts that had skyrocketed in an instant was curbed, and even began to decrease significantly. At the same time, because there are many star beasts killed, the money of the warriors is also accumulating rapidly, and the gap with ordinary people is even bigger. Therefore, more people yearn to become warriors. Since then, the development of the human race has also entered a vigorous level. Thinking that Ganwu here naturally has no sympathy for the dead warrior, because he also came here. For the future of the human race, this must be the case. As time passed, 7 or 8 more people rushed over, and the 1-hour gathering time was coming soon. Ling Xiao hasn't come back yet. Could something go wrong? But what made Qinwu a little dignified was that Ling Xiao still hadn't returned. This made him a little anxious. Because Ling Xiao is an A-level genius, if something goes wrong, it will definitely be a loss to Kaiyan City and even the entire Earth. You know, this day, he has been found and talked to by many people above. Each of those people is an inspector general who can dominate a large province. The main reason for them to look for him is naturally that they want Gongwu to take Ling Xiao directly to their province when he goes back. At the same time, it promises benefits that Qianwu dare not even think about. The horror of the benefits is that he almost defected. Although everyone is Earth, each major province has its own competition. If he could draw a genius like Ling Xiao to represent their province, he would definitely be able to overwhelm any other province. So now he is anxious after seeing that Ling Xiao has not come back. Minister, the time is up, should we go first? The spaceship has already attracted a lot of star beasts around. If it attracts the star beasts above the second order top level, the protective cover of this sky carrier will not be able to stop it. Quote. Finally, an hour later, a subordinate whispered to Qianwu. This air carrier is only used as a transport spacecraft, and its defense and attack methods are very weak. After all, even in this day and age, advanced ships are still expensive. Wait, Ling Xiao's signs of life are still there, he must not leave. However, Gongwu didn't hesitate at all. Although he couldn't see Ling Xiao's condition, but Ling Xiao was still alive, they absolutely couldn't leave. After hearing his words, the surrounding subordinates did not dare to say anything, and could only continue to wait. However, at this moment, a change occurred. Roar. Asterisk. Suddenly, an earth-shattering roar came from the sky. The terrifying roar made the leaves on the entire Earth start to tremble. Alert, alert, there is a third-order mid-grade star beast entering the radar area, please evacuate quickly. Alert, alert, there is a third-order mid-grade star beast entering the radar area, please evacuate quickly. Alert, alert, there is a third-order mid-grade star beast entering the radar area, please evacuate quickly. At the same time, a high-pitched electronic siren sounded throughout the entire air carrier at this moment. Everyone present was stunned when they heard this voice. Those prospective warriors who had just survived the catastrophe all turned pale. Third-order mid-grade star beast. How could this thing appear here? Are they going to die? How can there be a third-order mid-grade star beast? Quickly open the protective cover to the maximum power. Qianwu's face changed greatly, and then he roared directly at the surrounding subordinates. Immediately, he rushed to the control room of the spacecraft. As his voice fell, a dazzling light bloomed from the spaceship, directly shrouding the entire spaceship. At this time, Gongwu and others finally saw what happened. They saw a huge griffin with a height of more than 30 meters and a wingspan of more than 60 meters flying towards the sky carrier. Roar. In the next moment, there was another roar in the sky, and the huge animal claw of the griffin grabbed the protective cover fiercely. Bang! That protective cover had no effect at all, and the moment it touched the beast's claws, it exploded into fragments of light that scattered all over the sky. Then the huge animal claws slammed on the spaceship that was several hundred meters long. Boom! In the midst of a loud noise, the spaceship was directly slapped by a huge force and rolled around frantically on the ground for several times. The weak and quasi-martial artists inside were directly hit with blood and blood. The weaker even died on the spot. Roar. Seeing that the huge iron lump in front of him is actually so hard, the griffin suddenly raised its head and roared. The next moment he flew to the front of the ship again and raised his huge paw. Everyone in the control room who saw this scene turned pale. Even Gongwu is horrified, because it is very difficult to deal with the second-order 3 or 4-star star beast with his strength, not to mention the powerful third-order mid-grade star beast in front of him. Alert, alert, the damage rate of the spacecraft is 70%, it cannot withstand the opponent's attack, and the spacecraft is about to be destroyed. At the same time, the spaceship also issued an alarm sound, and they were completely desperate listening to this alarm sound. Are you going to die? At this moment, such a thought appeared in everyone's mind. Facing the third-order star beast, even if the chairman of Kaiyan City comes, there is only one way out. Hold head high. However, at the moment when the huge claw of the huge griffin was about to attack, a dragon roar that shook the world came from the horizon. Boom! The next moment, in a loud noise that shook the sky and earth, a huge black beam of light fell directly from the sky, and instantly slammed on the body of the griffin. Roar! The terrifying power made the griffin roar in pain, and then melted into this black beam of light. This sudden scene immediately made everyone in the control room dumbfounded. It was replaced by even more despair. Another more powerful star beast. What is the existence that even the third order, 4 or 5-star star beasts can instantly kill? Is it the most powerful third order peak star beast Thunder Dragon King on this planet? Impossible. Although the Thunder Dragon King is powerful, he is using the Thunder System ability, which is obviously dark. Hey, could it be that there are more powerful star beasts than Thunder Dragon King on the star beast star number 10? At this moment, all the warriors in the control room discussed in horror. Although the powerful griffin died, the more powerful dark star beast that just appeared made them feel even more desperate. But just when they thought they were dead, time passed by every minute and second, and the terrifying star beast that killed the griffin never appeared. It wasn't until the time passed for a few minutes, when everyone was in a panic, a prompt sound instantly spread throughout the entire spaceship. Dip. It was detected that a prospective warrior was approaching the spacecraft, and the spacecraft was seriously damaged and could not be towed. Everyone was stunned when the sound came out. Quasi-warrior approaching. Ling Xiao is the only quasi-warrior who is still alive and has not returned. Ling Xiao is still alive. Great. Hurry up. Contact someone from Earth to pick us up. Qianwu was immediately excited when he heard the sound. If Ling Xiao is still alive, this assessment will be worth it even if many people die, and even if she dies, it will be worth it. Because he knows what a genius like that means to Earth. Thinking of this, he hurriedly walked out of the spaceship that was upside down on the ground. However, as soon as he came out, he saw Ling Xiao in a second-order 3-star star beast skin standing on top of the damaged spaceship. Senior, what happened? Why does the spaceship seem to be destroyed? Seeing Ganwu coming out, Ling Xiao immediately pretended to know nothing and spoke to Ganwu curiously. The spaceship was attacked by a third-order star beast just now. If it weren't for the powerful star beast passing by, we wouldn't be able to live. Are you all right? After hearing Ling Xiao's words, Ganwu suppressed the inner waves and spoke calmly. However, when he saw clearly the animal skin on Ling Xiao's body, the whole shrank violently. What? This is the fur of the second-order 3-star vigorous bear. How is this possible? Did he even kill the second-order 3-star star beast? He saw the data of the animal skin on Ling Xiao's body in an instant, with the masked battle instrument implanted in his eyes. The second-order 3-star star beast, even if he wants to defeat it, he will have to pay a heavy price. However, it seems that Ling Xiao does not have any injuries. Even knowing that Ling Xiao could instantly kill the Black Shadow Panther with one move, he still set off a huge wave in his heart. At only 15 years old, he can kill Tier 2 3-star beasts. This kind of talent really deserves to be an A-level genius, maybe even an A+ level genius. This kind of genius, even Earth, is probably not seen in 100 years. As for the 3-headed mutant lizard on Ling Xiao's shoulders, he glanced at it but didn't pay much attention to the first-order star beast, thinking it was a pet that Ling Xiao found on the road. This kind of genius has only been discovered now. If it was discovered earlier and sent to the imperial capital for further study, I am afraid that the strength is more than that. At the same time, Qianwu also sighed a little. He naturally knew Ling Xiao's situation clearly. After all, he had checked Ling Xiao's life data before. Although he didn't know why an ordinary boy who was unknown and could not even get into an advanced martial arts school became such a genius in such a short period of time, he didn't care. This kind of super genius with hidden talent can be said to be not uncommon in the history of human beings. After all, living at the bottom, for the safety of themselves and their families, many smart geniuses choose to hide themselves. Thank you for your concern, Senior. I hid for a day, but luckily I didn't suffer any injuries. Ling Xiao smiled and said directly. However, the so-called powerful star beast in Ganwu's mouth was either someone else or Xiao He. It's not convenient for Ling Xiao to do it himself, so he can only let Xiao He do it, and this is the first time Ling Xiao has seen Xiao He do it. The powerful S-rank power of darkness made Ling Xiao unable to help but sigh about its powerful power. As soon as his words came out, the opposite Ganwu was speechless and hid for a day. Believe your nonsense. If you have the strength to kill second-order star beasts, do you still need to hide? This kid must have been wandering for a day, accidentally ran away and didn't come back on time. You don't need to call me senior. Your current strength should have surpassed me. Even a second-order 3-star vigorous mad bear can be easily killed, but I can't do it at this level. In the future, you can call me Ganwu, or if you don't dislike it, call me Brother Wu. Quote. Thinking of this, Ganwu said to Ling Xiao with a smile. Okay, then I will trouble Brother Wu to take care of it. Ling Xiao listened without being pretentious, and said with a smile. Although the other party is older than his father, he knows that in this world where strength is respected, as long as your strength is strong, even if you can be your ancestor, you must call you senior. Don't, I'm just a small person, I'm not qualified to take care of you. After this time you go back, I'm afraid you will become the target of all the big provinces. Hearing Ling Xiao's polite words, Ganwu reluctantly spoke. Immediately, the supervisors of the major provinces of the military commanders directly said that they wanted Ling Xiao to join other provinces. Join another province. The highest one actually gave me 100 million cultivation funds and corresponding repair materials a year. The stronger the strength, the higher the materials. These people are really willing to spend their money. But forget it, I'm fine now. Quote. Ling Xiao also laughed after hearing Ganwu's words. Under such high conditions, Ling Xiao would definitely not hesitate before, but now, it is not necessary. 100 million, as long as you kill a star beast of the 3rd rank and 1 star, there is no need to join other provinces, and it is criticized behind the scenes. Yes, although these conditions are good, I believe that the Inspector General of the Demon Heaven province should give rewards that are no weaker than those of these provinces. You must know that the Inspector General of my Demon Heaven province is still one of the 7 great masters of my earth. Quote. Ganwu also laughed when he heard Ling Xiao's words. I didn't expect the Inspector General of Motian province to be so powerful. It is much stronger than the Inspector General of other provinces. Ling Xiao was stunned for a moment. The entire earth is dozens of times the size of the earth. There are more than 30 provinces in total, and the smallest one has a population of 20 to 30 billion. As the strongest Inspector General, each of them is at least a powerful innate limit powerhouse. The innate limit is not the innate 9th heaven, it should be the innate 10th heaven, because in order to become a master-level powerhouse, you need to let the innate power of the innate level powerhouse reach a level of rank 1. The innate chi after one turn can be directly condensed into the power of the master's true essence. At that time, the power that erupted directly doubled tenfold. The innate limit is a powerhouse whose true essence has reached 1 turn or more, but has not yet condensed into the power of true essence. Legend has it that innate true chi can perform 2 or even 3 turns. 1 more turn, the condensed true yuan power will increase tenfold. Of course, it is extremely difficult for ordinary people to turn 1 turn, let alone turn 2 and turn 3. Therefore, although the entire earth innate realm is at least tens of thousands of people, there are only 7 people at the Grand Master level. Unexpectedly, the chief prosecutor of Magic Sky Province was one of them. Suddenly Ling Xiao frowned, then he raised his head and looked into the sky. However, at this moment, there was a majestic fluctuation in the sky. The next moment, a spaceship with a diameter of 10,000 meters and a powerful protective cover covered with runes smashed the clouds in the sky and slowly fell from the sky. In an instant, the Earth within a radius of several kilometers was directly shrouded in the shadow of this spaceship. This scene made Qianwu open his mouth. Such a huge spaceship, and it is still a combat type, it is definitely a proper Tier 4 spaceship. However, there are less than 10 ships on the 4th tier above the entire Earth. As a small city warrior with a population of less than 10 million, he has never seen a spaceship of this level. Is this the technology of this age? Ling Xiao couldn't help being a little surprised when he saw the scene in front of him. A spaceship of this level, he had never even appeared in a science fiction movie in his previous life. Wait. This is the 4th tier battleship Demon Sky ship of the Inspector General of the Demon Sky Province. Suddenly, Qianwu exclaimed when he saw the striking logo on the spaceship. At this moment, a huge tractor beam fell in the sky in an instant, and soon the beam enveloped Ling Xiao Qinwu and the entire damaged spaceship. The next moment, the spaceship and everyone soared into the sky under the power of the tractor beam, and finally entered this huge spaceship. Crack! After the hatch was closed, a huge spaceship burst into a huge wave. The next moment, it disappeared directly into the sky and flew in the direction of Earth, at an extremely terrifying speed. After a few minutes, in the magic sky ship, Ling Xiao was brought into a very private hatch by a congenital powerhouse. After Ling Xiao walked into the hatch, he immediately saw an old man floating cross-legged in the void to cultivate. Flying in the air, Grandmaster level martial artist. Ling Xiao's whole shrank slightly when he saw this old man. His strength has skyrocketed in one night and one morning. Property sheet. Name: Ling Xiao. Number of repairs: 1, 3 times a day. Martial arts realm: the 9 heavens of the day after tomorrow. Soul realm: the 7th heaven of the day after tomorrow. Blood: 951, 1 point equals 300 kilograms strength. Soul: 705. Talent: Undead body SSS level. Combat power 300%. Innate Dao body SS level. Blessing 3000 times. Titanium battle body C level. 300% speed, 500% defense. Sunstar flame S level. Martial arts: Titanium battle lower tier 4, perfect, 300% cultivation speed. Titanium fist lower tier 4, perfect, 400% fist power. Beast pet: Hell 3-headed dragon 3rd order 9 star. At this time, Ling Xiao, the realm of martial arts has risen to the terrifying 9th level of the day after tomorrow, and the realm of the soul has also skyrocketed to the 7th level of the day after tomorrow. As long as he improves a little, Ling Xiao can condense his innate qi and become a powerful innate powerhouse. But even so, it is impossible for him to defeat the opponent when facing the master level powerhouse. Because, as I said before, the strength of the weakest Grandmaster, the first level warrior, is 10 times that of the congenital 9th level. Such a terrifying gap, the current Ling Xiao is still difficult to make up. Of course, Xiaohe can persevere. After all, Xiaohe at this time has grown to the 3rd order 9 stars. After all, half a day is equivalent to decades for the current Xiaohe. But even so, there is not much chance of winning. After all, although Xiaohe has an S-level talent that can increase his strength tenfold, his explosive power has only just reached the level of the Grandmaster first layer. But after all, Xiaohe was just born not long ago, and the combat experience, the awakening of talent skills, etc. are far inferior to the real master level. Therefore, it is difficult to defeat. Of course, Ling Xiao also guessed the identity of the other party. The entire Earth can ride on the demon sky ship, and at the same time, he is a master at the master level, so there is only one person, and that is the supervisor of the demon sky province, Satu Tian. However, at this moment, Satu Tian, who felt Ling Xiao's aura, slowly opened his eyes, and in an instant, a sharp and limitless light burst out from his eyes. A breath of detachment from heaven and earth also emerged from his body at this time and pressed towards Ling Xiao, obviously wanting to test Ling Xiao's situation. Feeling this aura that could instantly kill him, Ling Xiao realized that there is a legend that only when the strength reaches the master level is the threshold to truly enter the powerhouse. Looking at it now, it's real. Moreover, at the Grandmaster level, there is a notable feature, that is, the gap between the first and second layers of the Grandmaster realm is twice, and the gap between the second and third layers is also double. At the same time, the strongest Master realm can reach the level of 10th heaven. It is equivalent to the strength of Yizhongtian. According to the calculation, the weakest is 10 million kilogram. The second heaven is 20 million, this increase is the same as the previous level, but the triple heaven is 40 million kilogram. And the fourth heaven is a terrifying 80 million. By analogy, at the 10th level of the Grand Master realm, it is a terrifying force of 5.1 billion kilogram. Such power, if all erupted, would definitely destroy the sky and the earth. No wonder that after gaining a more powerful Grandmaster level, the combat power can easily destroy a continent. Of course, the Satu Tian in front of him is not that terrifying. Ling Xiao estimates that the opponent's strength is at most the Grandmaster realm first layer. The system said that when my realm really reaches the Grandmaster level, all my talents will undergo earth-shaking changes. I don't know if it's true. Asterisk. At the same time, Ling Xiao was also looking forward to it. You are Ling Xiao. I didn't expect your realm to reach the 3rd level of the day after tomorrow. You really are a hero. However, even Situ Tian was a little surprised after seeing that Ling Xiao was able to resist the pressure of the acquired 5th layer that he released. This age, this strength, is almost the same as he was back then. You must know that although he himself is not a top-level family on the planet, his parents are innate level powerhouses, and the resources are far from what a child like Ling Xiao who grew up in a slum can compare to. In this way, Ling Xiao's talent may be above him. Of course, the reason why both his battle manners and himself can only feel that Ling Xiao's strength is only the 3rd level of the day after tomorrow is because of Ling Xiao's innate Taoism. The innate Tao body can be perfectly integrated into the heaven and earth. Not only can it quickly perceive the heaven and earth, but also let the heaven and earth hide its own breath. If Ling Xiao wanted to, he could even hide his breath completely. If he hadn't seen him, it would have been impossible to know his existence. The same goes for even the most sophisticated instruments. No matter how powerful Ling Xiao is, it can even reach a level of terror that no one else can see when standing in front of others. The inspector is overrated, my strength is far worse than yours. Hearing the compliment from the inspector, Ling Xiao also smiled. His words made Situ Tian stunned. Good boy, compared with the old man, he is not bad and bold. With your talent, you will indeed have the opportunity to surpass the old man in the future. The next moment, Situ Tian smiled with satisfaction. Martial arts all the way, what is needed is this kind of bold junior. After all, Ling Xiao has this qualification to compare with himself. Saying that, he slowly landed on the ground and looked at the young man in front of him. The old man has 2 things to say to you this time. Situ Tian also became serious at this time, and slowly spoke to Ling Xiao. Inspector, please speak. Ling Xiao was also a little curious. Did the other party come all the way here in person? Is there something important? The first thing is to talk about your genius level certification. Because your record collection is not complete, judging from your intermittent video records, your strength is far more than what is shown in the video, so the speaker asked me to come personally. I didn't expect that your kid really hides his strength. If I didn't come here, your genius certification level would be 1 level lower. Quote. However, the first sentence of the inspector made Ling Xiao a little embarrassed. He had too many secrets, and naturally he couldn't reveal it, so his recorder was directly turned off by him. You know, this kind of shutdown is equivalent to Ling Xiao pulling the power directly, and it couldn't record anything at all. Therefore, Ling Xiao's situation can also be perfectly hidden. Ahem, trouble the supervisor to make a trip. Therefore, the embarrassed Ling Xiao could only speak helplessly. It doesn't matter, even if there is no such thing, I will come here. Now, according to your situation, I will assign you an A+ level genius. You know, every Earth genius who has been rated A+ level in history, at least have grown to innate limits. Most have even reached the Grandmaster level, hopefully you are next. Quote. Hearing Ling Xiao's words, Situ Tian also smiled slightly. I will do my best. Try to reach the master level as soon as possible. Ling Xiao nodded after listening. Yes, it is indeed necessary to reach the Grandmaster as soon as possible. After all, seeing that the Grandmaster level is so powerful, Ling Xiao is also a little jealous. Good boy is so confident. Since that's the case, then I'll tell you the second thing. After hearing Ling Xiao's words, the Inspector General also smiled. Immediately, his fingertips moved slightly toward the void. In an instant, a huge star map appeared in front of Ling Xiao's eyes, and this star map, even before Ling Xiao hadn't crossed it, was very clear, because this is nothing else, it's the star map of the entire galaxy. The current location of our human race is the Milky Way of the universe, and the Milky Way can be regarded as a large galaxy. In the Milky Way, there are 3,000 intermediate-level galaxies, and each intermediate-level galaxy controls hundreds of thousands or even millions of life planets. In our Earth system, it is a small galaxy located in the Yanyang Intermediate Galaxy. In addition to our Earth system, there are 700,000 galaxies and more than 1.3 million planets. However, among the more than 1.3 million planets, there are innumerable children of the heavens, and there are many who have reached the congenital level at your age. Quote. Satution looked at the outside world, and the surrounding walls became transparent in an instant, and the two seemed to be standing in the starry sky. And Ling Xiao was also emotional when he heard the huge number. After the number of people increased, all kinds of geniuses appeared. And so many talented students naturally need corresponding powerful institutions to educate them. Therefore, the master of my Yanyang Intermediate Galaxy, Yanyang Emperor, established a Yanyang Academy on Yanyang Star. With more than 1.3 million planets, the favored sons of heaven have their first goal of entering the Yanyang Academy. And Yanyang Academy will recruit students every year, and the enrollment time is the second day after the martial arts exam. Quote. Satu Tian continued to speak. However, after talking about this, Ling Xiao immediately understood. It seemed that what Satution wanted to tell him was to let him apply for Yanyang Academy. Speaking of this, you should know my purpose. Yes, I want you to apply for Yanyang Academy. However, as the most powerful institution, his application requirements are naturally very harsh. First, he needs to apply before the age of 20. Second, there can only be one person on each planet. After all, you also know that there are more than 1.3 million planets. Even if it is one planet, there are more than 1.3 million people. Such a large number of people naturally requires huge energy and material resources. If there are more people, it will be very troublesome. Moreover, the enrollment standard of Yanyang Academy is only 100 students every year. No more than one. Therefore, even if your talent is a 100-year-old Earth, you still have to pass the test first, and your opponents are all talented students under Earth, 20 years old. Among them, there are 7 A-level geniuses, and there are hundreds of B-level geniuses. These people are 5 years older than you, and each of them was born out of the huge funds of the first academy of the imperial capital, so the most powerful has even reached the innate realm. However, your talent is so powerful, if you can't do it this year, there will be next year. After all, you haven't entered the first academy of the imperial capital. As long as you work hard for 2 years, I believe that after 2 years until you are 20 years old, you will be the only representative of each term of my Earth. If you are fortunate enough to enter the Yanyang Star region, it will not be a problem to even become a great master in the future. Quote. Satu Tian looked at Ling Xiao and opened his mouth with a smile. Although Ling Xiao's talent was terrifying, he knew that Ling Xiao was still too young. He was only 15 years old and wanted to compete with the 20-year-old geniuses of Earth. If so, it's almost impossible. Unless Ling Xiao is an S-level or even S+ level genius. But that kind of genius, even in the entire Yanyang galaxy, there are not many people. Ling Xiao thought for a while after hearing this. It's interesting, more than 1 million planets with geniuses under the age of 20 are fighting together. There are still some strong people who reach the innate level when they are 15 years old. If they are 20 years old, wouldn't they be at least half-step master level? Quote. Ling Xiao's eyes lit up when he thought of this. If this is the case, it would be a bit challenging. I understand. Then I'll give it a try. But there is a martial arts test the day after tomorrow. Shouldn't it be earlier to select the representative of Earth? Is it too late for me to sign up for the selection? Immediately, Ling Xiao curiously spoke to Satu Tian. If it is an ordinary person, it will be too late. After all, the registration deadline is a month ago. However, the speaker has spoken in person, and I will give you a special opportunity to select with other Earth warriors tomorrow morning. Because this year the chief examiner and the person who sent you to the Yanyang galaxy are me, so the selection site will be my Demon Sky ship. After the selection, the first person will be sent to Yanyang Star as a representative to participate in the assessment, and the rest will be sent back to Earth by the attached spacecraft. Originally, there was no need for such trouble. Yesterday was supposed to be the time for the assessment, but just when the selection of representatives was about to begin, your information was sent to the speaker, so the speaker temporarily modified the assessment time for you. Quote. Satu Tian said slowly. Then my face is still a little big. Since that's the case, then I'll prepare and come to the selection on time tomorrow. Ling Xiao immediately laughed when he heard it. However, as a genius, it is normal to have certain preferential treatment. Okay, Tomorrow my spaceship will arrive at the Cayenne City Martial Artist Alliance on time at 6 o'clock in the morning, and your A+ level reward has also been issued. A total of star coins, 1 billion, 1 4th order martial arts, and 2 3rd order martial arts. And a 3rd order weapon, and a 3rd order battle suit. Quote. You can receive it when you get home. By the way, try your best to exchange some martial arts, and props that can enhance your strength in a short time, so that you can develop your strength to the maximum before tomorrow. Remember, any assessment is life-threatening, even in the selection battle, life-saving is the first. Quote. Situ Tian spoke solemnly after hearing Ling Xiao's words. Well, thank you, Mr. Supervisor, I understand. Ling Xiao nodded solemnly after hearing this. After saying goodbye to Situ Tian, Ling Xiao also returned to the warrior alliance with Ganwu and the rest. At the same time, Ling Xiao also successfully obtained his own warrior order. The martial artist order is a symbol of the martial artist's identity. It is impossible to imitate, and those who imitate will be directly killed by the martial artist alliance. Therefore, as long as the person who holds the martial artist order in the Milky Way is definitely a martial artist. Of course, this thing is a dream for the common people, even the Forging Realm martial artist regards it as a treasure. However, high-level warriors are different, and they will be destroyed in almost some powerful battles. So it is dispensable. If you don't get the system, you will have to wait until you are at least 60 or 70 years old to get this token, and you won't even get it. Looking at the token in his hand, Ling Xiao sighed helplessly. Immediately, he put away the token and went back home. Welcome home. With a beep, the door opened and Ling Xiao walked in. Brother, where did you go all day? Don't tell me, I thought you weren't coming back. Thanks for watching, subscribe and support my channel.